Today I'm back down the rabbit hole to shine a light on the brothers De La Soul. One of the founding members, Dave, passed away on Sunday at age 54. This inspired me to make this video in tribute, although I did need a day or two to wrap my mind around it. If you're a fan of De La Soul, you know how much of a tragedy this is. Not to mention his passing came just weeks before the group's music, which had been long absent from streaming services, will finally arrive on digital platforms. So De La Soul consists of three friends: Kelvin Mercer, aka Paz, Pastanews. Did y'all know he got that name from turning sop sounds backwards? Also goes by Plug One. Then you have David Jolicoeur, aka Dave, aka Trugoy. He turned yogurt backwards to get that name. Trugoy the Dove, and Plug Two. And last but not least, Vincent Mason, aka Pacemaster Mace, Maceo, and Plug 3. They came together and formed the group during their high school years in Long Island. They all went to Amityville Memorial High School. And they also met their original producer there, Prince Paul.
And now off of that and on to the soul. De La, that is.
De La Soul was a climate-shifting rap group. They were okay with being themselves, some might call it nerdy even, with a strong pen and a heart to match. They weathered decades of industry shifts with lyrical wit, melodic rhyme styles, and intense lyrics of self-reflection that succeeded in the face of hip-hop's bow-centric bottom line. De La Soul's debut album, 3 Feet High and Rising, which came out in 1989, shook up the hip-hop scene. De La's baggy bohemian look and P-symbol necklaces would challenge rap's thick gold chains and sweatsuits we grown accustomed to seeing. They favored a more come-as-you-are aesthetic, rocking Afrocentric leather medallions and vintage patterns. It was said that it was Dave's idea to raid their dad's closets for clothes and stylize their asymmetrical haircuts. De La Soul broke the top 40 that year with the pop smash, Me, Myself, and I. For years, the trio would reliably mention how much they actually hated that song. Maybe it's because it got so much play, and I'm sure audiences couldn't wait for that song to be played at live performances. Or maybe it's because over the years, they've just put out so many classics, like The Magic Number, Ooh, I Know, Stakes is High, and Break of Dawn, just to name a few. I could go on and on.
Who could be nice. Hook up into reality. Sometimes it's hard. People try to snatch the...
If I missed one of your favorites, drop down in the comments to let us know what it is. Do y'all remember Ego Trippin' 2 video? Mercy. It's a classic and the video was hilarious. Their quirky video production, introspective lyrics, and unorthodox look had De La Soul dubbed as an alternative hip-hop group. But this hip-hop field would rapidly spawn similar-minded artists like Pharcyde, Diggable Planets, PM Dawn, and Arrested Development. Over time, its groundbreaking legacy became a blueprint for hip-hop artists who were open to aesthetics and ideas that cut against the hardcore grain, like The Roots, The Fugees, Common, Black Star, even the early work from Kanye West and the Black Eyed Peas and Kendrick Lamar. Another thing that made De La unique to me was the group always stayed together. Groups have historically been hard to keep together, but they'd been touring together recently, so they are real brothers. Despite being trailblazers, it did not come without trials and tribulations. Hip-hop and rap artists often sample pieces of songs and music in their own music. De La Soul created nearly their entire early work exactly this way. But at that time, sampling was a fairly new art form on the scene. Not all of these samples had the proper clearance, unfortunately. In 1991, they released an interlude skit transmitting live from Mars on their album 3 Feet High and Rising, which contained a 12-second sample of the 1969 Turtles song, You Showed Me. Howard Kalin and Mark Volman, formerly of the Turtles, sued De La Soul for $2.5 million in a lawsuit that was settled out of court for $1.7 million. This set a dangerous precedent for the rap and hip-hop genres. It led to a decline in sampling due to the difficulties of obtaining all possible rights and the legal ramifications and licensing fees, which I think is a sad story because some of those beats underneath some of those old songs really made a lot of classics. Talib Kweli has been quoted as saying that the group had endured years of being taken advantage of by the recording industry in the worst possible way. He's right. Former label Tommy Boy Records, who had previously attempted to release the music on streaming services with a criminal split, allowing just 10% of revenue to be directed to the band for them to split amongst the three, is ridiculous. This spurred a campaign to boycott Tommy Boy and the band's music until a more adequate agreement could be reached. In 2021, Reservoir Media acquired Tommy Boy. Tommy Boy Music was an iconic hip-hop label with artists like Queen Latifah, African Bambaataa, Digital Underground, and Naughty by Nature. The rights to De La's first 6 albums were reportedly included in the more than 6,000 song catalog purchased by Reservoir. And since the announcement of the catalog's acquisition, Reservoir has been clear about its intention to mend the mismanagement of the group's music, and they made good on that. A Reservoir rep said that we have already reached out to De La Soul and will work together to bring the catalog and the music back to the fans. It's so sad that Plug 2, Dave, passed before he could see the full fruits of his labor, although they now own the rights to their music. But I have a feeling that getting his music out to those that wanted it was a pinnacle moment in his life that he was able to see. I commend all 3 members for fighting for and winning the rights to their own masters. Dave has been open about his health issues in the past. He's spoken about his health issues preventing him from touring the way that he wanted to. He said he was ready to get back on stage and he missed it. He posted on Instagram from his hospital bed in 2020 and he got well.
Yeah, I ain't forget you. I'm gonna hit you, man. Yeah, man, I just want to say thank you. I'm about to get in the lab and do some work, get back in the groove of things, y'all. All right, I'll let y'all in a minute. Peace.
And fans were optimistic about his recovery, but Dave suffered from congestive heart failure. De La Soul are legends. They are Black history. Dave was a legend and nobody can take that from him. I just want to take a second to send condolences to his family and friends, and I pray that he is resting in peace. If you were a fan or ever listened to their music, put the peace symbol in the comments for Dave, for Plug 2, Trugoy the Dove. If you like this content and you would like to see more, click the like button. That helps this video get out to more people who want to hear these kinds of stories. And also subscribe to the channel. I love to have you. Until next time, guys and gals, y'all be safe, take care of yourself, and have a wonderful rest of your day.